Hey everyone, I did my discussion on a survey regarding Americans' experiences with gun-related violence, injuries, and deaths. This survey was published in the Kaiser Family Fund, or KFF, in April of last year. The survey addressed several key issues about guns and how we as Americans have experienced gun violence in our lives, particularly communities of color. One of the main reasons I chose the survey is because of how direct the survey questions were being asked. So a very specific response could be recorded for the survey, and that is what we've been learning this week along with levels of measurement. But first, let's go over some key facts from this survey. While the survey didn't show specific calculations, you can get an idea of the ratio happening here. It found 1 in 5 adults, or 21%, have reported being threatened with a gun. Similarly, 19% report that their loved one was killed to gun violence, including suicide, and roughly 17% have witnessed someone being shot. The numbers are even more eye-opening as researchers discovered gun injuries, deaths, and concerns about guns disproportionately affect people of color in our country. 3 in 10, or 31% of black adults, have witnessed someone being shot. 1/5 of Hispanic adults in the survey, that's about 22%, have also seen gun violence. 1/3 of black adults, or 34%, have lost a family member to gun violence. That is twice the share of white adults at 17%. With that said, 1/3, or 32% of black adults and 33% of Hispanic adults have either every day or almost every day worried about being a victim of gun violence or having a loved one become a victim of gun violence. This is the first survey question. Aside from the main top there, you see I highlighted the survey question, quote, "Have you personally ever," end quote. You will see it's very specific yet simple, even fill in the blank with the answers to help participants record their experiences. I'm not sure if other is needed, but you will see 21% of participants were threatened with a gun, 17% witnessed someone being injured from a gun, and so on. Look at this. 54% of participants said they or a family member experienced one of these gun incidents, and I believe this question would be nominal level of measurement because we aren't necessarily ranking here. Also, the way researchers decided to show the data is by using a horizontal bar graph. By race on this horizontal bar table, black and Hispanic adults are more likely than white adults to have witnessed a shooting, while black adults are twice as likely to report having a family member who was killed by a gun. You can see again the breakdown that the numbers for those of color are higher in this horizontal bar graph. I wanted to really showcase this part of the survey. It asks how often, if ever, do you worry that you or someone you love will be a victim of gun violence? The options for the response include every day, almost every day, sometimes, rarely, and never. I would say this is ordinal level of measurement because participants are being asked to categorize their level of concern about gun violence. It's subjective and specific to the participant, and you can see the racial breakdown, their experience with gun-related incidents, and even data about whether parents worry about their children under 18. I also found this part of the survey interesting that asked participants if their healthcare provider has talked to them about guns in the house and about gun safety. You can see from the horizontal bar graph, 14% of doctors or other providers asked if the participants own a gun. The survey went on to ask the participant if their child's pediatrician has asked if there were guns in the home. 26% said their child's pediatrician has asked, and I believe that would make this question nominal. There is much more to this survey, but I wanted to highlight this one for its relevant discussion topic and also tie it into what we're learning as a group. I have posted it with my discussion post, and this is the reference section of it. Thanks for watching. See you in class.